We are now. I'd like to apologize really quickly because this is the first time in the history of our show that I am controlling the board, and Jamie is, I guess,
just chilling out over here.
Because I wanted to give her a little break since she did prepare the rant, and she helped, and she basically put the script together. And I'm doing everything wrong so far.
No, you're doing really well. Actually, you look really calm and collected.
I kept forgetting everything, but it's okay.
That's okay. It's first time.
I'm attractive. That's all that matters.
And you're very close to the camera, so that's a good thing.
Anyway, we're back. This is What Grinds Our Gears. I hope you know that. It's a little confusing if you don't. Jamie.
So, we're going to get into a topic now, and, it's basically about freshman year, like we said before the break. And we know the freshman year of college is intimidating, excuse me, because you don't really know what to expect, but I think that it's so worth it. It's great. I mean, the first few weeks are scary but after a while you start to really love it. I mean, first you don't know what to expect. You don't know anyone. You don't know what your classes are going to be like, but then you get used to it and you adjust to everything, and it's really awesome.
That was a really good intro.
Thank you.
You're good at that. I'm better at just sitting here and controlling the board. The first topic that we wanted to talk about in regards to your freshman year of college, or I think it could probably apply to in general if you're in high school too, whatever.
Yeah.
Not discriminating, maybe a little bit. But actually, a funny thing about high school, there was just a group of people who we assume are doing a tour outside, like, staring in.
Yeah, no, they are doing a tour. They're probably high school seniors who want to come here next year.
Yeah, it was a little freaky.
They were staring at us from the window. Good thing it's a soundproof room.
Yeah, we were saying some stupid stuff in here, and they were just kind of staring at us and trying to figure out what was going on. But anyway, the first thing that's different, you could say, or unique to, or whatever, you know what I mean. In your freshman year is the professors. I think everyone has had at least one professor that they just really genuinely hate.
Oh, yes.
And I say that as nicely as possible. I don't know. I'm a very angry person. Maybe they're really monotone, and maybe they're really boring. Maybe they don't. Blah. I can't speak.
I'm sorry.
You know what it is? When I'm not the one that puts the script together, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
That's what happens to me all the time.
I just sit here and I start rambling and getting my words mixed up and thinking.
Last time, when you do the script and I'm over there, I have to read it word by word from the page because I don't know what to say.
Well, now we know that next time we have to put the script together ourselves. Teamwork. That's what matters, people. If there's anything you will ever learn from our broadcast, learn teamwork is apparently very important.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
I got so
off track. Professors go.
As I was saying, maybe you don't like how they teach, or maybe you just really can't stand them. I think it's also kind of annoying because if you don't like the professor, you don't like the class.
Yeah.
You don't want to show up for the class.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a professor this semester that before we are even in class, the notes are up on Blackboard. So when I'm in class, I feel like I don't have to be there and I don't have to be paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just really annoying.
One of my professors does it. She posts it after we go over them in class, then she puts them on Blackboard. And I think that's helpful because it makes us pay attention and take down notes for ourselves. And when you write it down, you actually remember more, I feel like. So
I feel like that also makes more sense too, because if you put it after the class, then it's also good if you miss something.
Yeah.
But if you put it before class and you're just going to either reread or re-explain the notes in class, I'm not going to pay attention to you.
That's true. Yeah. And I don't like professors that spit. I'm sorry. Some
That's
professors.
what you're concerned about.
No, because you know what? I want to sit in the front row sometimes because I want to pay attention and not be distracted. And some people spit, and I don't want that all over my face. I wore makeup today. I try to look nice. My desk is clean. I'm drinking coffee. I don't want your spit to go into my coffee. I'm sorry.
You're just such an angry person, and I love it. Because for so many years, I thought that I was the only one that was this angry.
That's what I thought about myself.
If you go to college, you will find the right person for you.
Yes.
That's what Jamie and I are teaching today.
Uh-huh.
We're having a lot of life lessons today. Have you noticed?
Oh my god, we are so smart. Okay, next topic is classes. I don't really find it hard to balance my work anymore. I know people who are still trying to to handle the workload, and I really don't think it's that bad. I mean, I'm actually doing less work right now than I was in high school. Because think about it, like you have class, you have one class maybe like twice or 3 times a week, and you have time to do the assignments, you have time to do the homework, to go over your notes and everything. But in high school, it's like, for me at least, it was that I had every class every day. So like I really felt like I had to do all the homework for the next day. So it was a lot. I actually feel like now I have more free time and everything.
That does kind of suck because like my high school, we had 80-minute classes, but we had 4 classes a day. I guess it's like really similar to this actually, because you would see your teacher like 2 times this week and then 3 times next week. I really liked it personally, but I know that like a lot of people going into college, they're still struggling, even though it's so much less work than you should be used to. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, what I also don't get, when people don't want to go to class. Like I know every once in a while I will text you and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired, I don't want to go in, I don't want to drive over there. But I feel like there's a limit. Like if it's 1 or 2 days out of the whole semester, no one cares. But there are people who are in some of my classes that I haven't seen them at all.
But we have a policy where you like fail if you don't show up.
That's what I don't get. Like,
yeah, I don't.
You know you're gonna fail if you're not here.
Yeah.
Why don't you just come in? You literally, just being in class brings up your grade.
It does. You can just sit there. If you're tired that day, you can just sit there and stare at the board, and that's it. You showed up. That's what counts.
You don't have to
do
that
anything. Yeah.
What's next? Making friends. I like this one the most because it's not hard for me to make friends. Because I probably have said it on here a few times, but I have no filter. And I have no shames. I mean...
And I can verify that.
Like, if we have had one decent conversation and the whole time we've known each other, I consider us friends. That's it. Maybe not, like, best friends. I won't call you every weekend and tell you how much I miss you, but we're friends. If I see you, I'm going to sit with you. I'm letting you know now. So never talk to me. I think it worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah, it did, actually. I don't know, I'm kind of shy about, like, meeting people, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not, like, afraid to talk to someone. I just kind of keep to myself, but I do if we talk once, like, I treat you, in our first conversation, I'll treat you like my friend. I'll, like, be nice and be friendly. I just don't look as friendly as I can be.
I don't know, do you think, am I friendlier than you? More friendly?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think on a regular basis, I think it's easier for me to make friends, but it's easier for me to get annoyed with them. Whereas you, it might be a little harder because you are shy, but you end up liking a person more. Whereas
so.
Me, after like 2 or 3 conversations, I'm like, I'm done. I don't like them anymore. Get out of my face.
Yeah, but when we're friends, I am so not shy. I'm crazy a little bit.
Jamie's a hot mess.
Yes, and you would know that because you're my friend. But other people think I'm so quiet, and I'm just like,
no, you're a mess.
If you become my friend, you would know.
Lucky.
This next one is my favorite.
It is. This was Jamie's favorite. I wrote it in memory of her? No, that sounds like something.
In honor of me?
Yes, thank you.
Ooh, okay. This is about people in class and actually kind of relates to my rant, but I'm not going to give my rant away because, that's top secret stuff. But I have the worst temper when it comes to people in class. I mean, I text Brianna and complain sometimes. I am easily annoyed with people talking in class, chewing gum, or smelling weird. I just can't handle it. I like to be there when it's super quiet. I like it when you can hear a pin drop. I like it when I can hear the professor clearly. And when people get in the middle of that, when people are talking or moving or doing anything, I get so annoyed.
You look so distraught. It's really funny. It's true, like, I can totally verify this. Jamie will be in class. I'll walk her to class, right? For her 11 o'clock class. By 11:02, she's texting me, I hate this class, I want to get out, I hate everyone. Oh my god, this girl in front of me, and then she goes on like a 3-page long rant in our message, and I'm like, ugh.
But, and I sit there, and I'm quiet, and I pay attention, so I don't get why people can't do that. And also another thing that really annoys me is when people are next to me or behind me, and they shake their leg. That... I mean, I don't care if you do it, but sometimes, like, they move my desk, so my desk is, like, trembling a little, and I'm, like, sitting there, like, what is happening? Stop it.
This is how the world ends.
You
know what I hate, actually, now that you mentioned that, it reminded me of something else? When the professor's talking, and someone, whether it's the person next to you, person across the room, has a comment about every single thing that the professor has said.
Oh, I hate that, and they say it under their breath, and you're like, shut up.
And you're like, that's enough, calm down.
Yeah, please.
If you don't want to be here, we shouldn't have come in today.
I know.
If you're in a bad mood, go home.
Also, when, like, the professor takes, like, a 5-second break from talking, right? And then the person sitting next to you says a comment. Okay, you can say one little comment. I don't care. The professor's not talking. But then the professor starts talking, and they keep talking to you, and you're looking at them, and you're looking at the professor, and you know you're about to get yelled at. And you're
the one to get yelled at, but they're the one that's sort of talking to you.
Yeah. And so you're trying not to be rude to that person. So what I do is I just kind of say, and then I look at the professor, and I stare at them, and I pretend I'm not listening to the person next to me.
You so just they nod stop your talking. Head and smile. Yeah. Like agree under your breath.
Because I don't want to say be quiet, or I don't want to say,
I would.
Yeah, you would.
Like, excuse me, can you please stop speaking?
Yeah.
Thank you, you're bothering me.
But,
sometimes it pays off to be a little angry blonde child. You want it? Talking about little people, Jamie is wearing these little boots that have, like, a heel on it, and it's really bothering me.
It's like
tall.
3 inches, baby.
It's like 3 inches, which means she's, like, 5'10" right now.
It's awesome.
I'm like 5'2.5" on a good day.
I feel majestic.
Well, I feel like you're Jester, so can you calm down? You know what I feel like? What's it called? In The Wizard of Oz, the Little Munchkins. I feel like you're Glinda and I'm a Munchkin. That's how I feel right now.
Is this how your mind works?
It is. My mind goes some weird places.
Yes.
Not even in like a creepy, like, oh, you're so weird way. It's just, my train of thought is...
One time we were walking down the street, like on the sidewalk, we were going to class, and you were like, do you think it's called sand? Because it's between the land and the sea. And I just started laughing.
I forgot about that.
That was such a funny moment.
Like, some of my friends from high school I've been friends with for years. Apparently I talk in my sleep. And I didn't know that for a very long time. So I remember one of my friends, I'm not even sure if we're still that close friends anymore, but I remember we woke up the next morning and she was just staring at me. And I was like, oh my god, what's wrong? And she was like, did you know that in your sleep you were talking about jelly beans for half an hour? Of all things in the world, jelly beans. And she's like, yeah, I thought you were awake and I started talking back. Oh my god. Another one of my friends, we got off topic, but it's okay. Another one of my friends, last year for her 18th birthday, she didn't want to have a party, she just wanted to have like a bunch of people around and hanging out. So we were sleeping over and somehow we managed to fit 4 people on one bed. Because the other 2 people fell asleep on the floor. I don't know what happened with them. They just knocked out. And in the middle of the night, she looked at me. Like, she rolled over to look at me. And she said, do you want pancakes or waffles? And then she kept snoring. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, I don't want pancakes. Pick something else. I was like, alright.
I had a dream about you last night. Do you want to hear it?
Please.
So we were with a couple of people that we know. I'm not going to say names here because that would
Tell me when we're on break.
Yeah, well, I will. And, this guy, one of your best friends that I know, but he's not, we're kind of friends, but, he was there with some other guy, and they were talking. Yes, your biffle. Okay. And then my boyfriend, not really my boyfriend, but you call him that, was there. And then you came in, and he, looked at them, and he shrugged, and he started talking to you, and I was right there, and I go, oh, hi, how are you? And he completely ignored me.
Your boyfriend?
Not my boyfriend, but yeah, sure. Him, yes. My not boyfriend.
To call him.
Yeah, and then, a couple of that girl was there, the one that we know. I'm sorry, this is really awkward.
The irritating one.
No, the other one, the nice one. The cute one, in my class.
Okay.
Okay, and the irritating one, they were there too.
Oh, Lord.
And so then afterwards, when we left, I was like, oh my god, did you see that? Oh, and I said something about being so annoyed. And you were like, I feel so bad for yourself because you thought that I was jealous and insecure. And I was like, no, I wasn't mad that you were talking to him. I was just because I said hi and he didn't even answer back. Like when someone says hi to you, you tend to say hi back and how are you, even if you don't like the person.
You know what? And then you probably had that. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Keep going.
And then that was it. That was the dream.
Oh, never mind.
And I was mad at you for saying that you thought I was pathetic.
You woke up mad at me?
did. I was like, this Brianna, this girl, I can't believe I have to see her today.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh wait, she's my best friend. Okay.
I've barely seen you in like a week, and when I see you, you're mad at me.
And then I was like, wait, she would never do that to me in real life.
You know this? So you probably had the dream because you remember, like, I don't even know when, maybe like last week or the week before, we were walking. I think we were walking.
Oh my god!
And he said hi to me, like, because I waved to him, and he didn't see you, or he didn't notice you, or recognize you.
I wasn't looking forward. I was looking at you, and then I
made eye contact.
And then I was looking at the crowd of boys that was standing off to the side, and I saw a really cute guy, and I was like, oh my god, and that's what happened. Let's move on. We have the last topic.
Okay, our last topic. Moving on from that very long, I don't know what to call it.
We got so off track
from that very long conversation that you unfortunately had to listen to.
I'm sorry.
The last topic before we take our break is activities. I will admit that when you're a freshman, I feel like the activity day, is that what it's even called? Everything looks kind of appealing. And you kind of want to sign up for everything. But now that we're doing the radio show, I feel like I'm always tired.
Me too.
Now that we're doing this radio show, podcast, stream, whatever you want to call it, I feel like I am always tired, and I am always doing something, and I am always busy. Just because when I finish my actual schoolwork, and I'm like, oh yes, now I can relax and I can do whatever I want, I'm like, I can't. I have to plan the show. Never mind.
Yeah.
Because we do this thing where we kind of never stop planning the show, I guess.
We don't, because it's a constant thing and it's going to keep going. So we
have to be, like, aware of the news and what's going on, and we have to be aware of, like, topics. And I'm also on the newspaper, so that's another thing that I have to always be on top of and always be doing. And
yeah. And during the weekends, I have no free time because I'm working all the time. So, you know, that kind of... The things that I signed up for, though, that day, that activity day, I didn't do it. I didn't sign up for the radio, but I'm doing it. And I signed up for other things that I'm not doing.
I didn't sign up. I wanted to sign up for this, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, but I really wanted to sign up for
this. Why didn't you?
Because you didn't seem interested.
Because I thought that I wasn't going to like it as much as I do.
When we first heard about it, I didn't think that you would be interested, but I wanted to do it. But I didn't want to do it by myself. Like, I didn't want to do a show alone, you know? So I was like, okay, whatever. We'll just sign up for different things together. And then somehow we ended up here.
I thought I wanted to be a reporter for the news, the
ICTV.
Yeah. But I signed up, and I don't know. I'm kind of... Because I'm not doing broadcasting anymore. I'm doing PR for my major. So, I don't know. Because I really... got into that, and so I didn't continue to be a part of that club.
I mean, either way, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but I'm happy with this now.
You should be happy.
I love doing this show. It's fun.
We do really good together, actually.
Yeah.
We work very well together.
We do, because I feel like it's where we work together and we both do the work, where you don't have one person doing everything.
We try to evenly distribute it, like, when she's doing the rant, I try to do the script, or I'll do the board, and then we try to switch it up a little bit. It's kind of boring to be just the person sitting there, just the person doing the board, or,
We're considerate of each other.
We love each other.
Oh, okay. And
very cute. We're going to take a super short break, and then when we get back, we are going to go into Jamie's rant. We are going to introduce our topic for next week.
Yes.
And I think that's it. We might have something else. It depends how we feel after the break.
Okay.